All right, guys, let's talk about Hollow. I'm seeing sources of the earnings is coming out here. So, we're down 0.87%. We had this little big drop down here, and it just recovered super fast, right? It was hitting my lower band on the 1 minute time frame. So, what are we looking at here? I'm not gonna lie, this one is this one's probably one of the most stubborn I've seen here. I can't believe my eyes that we're looking at. We went to a low of 20 cents. We're at 28 cents right now. So, can this get to $1? I know a lot of people are probably just wanting to release their bags. It's really hard to say, but I will say this. The common strategy we all see, right, is that cross of the EMA 5 and 10. We try to do that right in here, and you see where that big move happened here when we had that cross from the EMA 5 and the 10. It happened like right on this candle here, and that really triggered this monster move, right? And then the EMAs were above, and that's what these are. These are the middle band. These are the EMAs. We got the 5, the 10, and the 20. Purple's the 5, yellow's the 10, blue's the 20. And when you see that cross, it's very bullish because that's when there's a shift in momentum, and that's a short uptrend. So it looks like we're trying to get that. I mean, look how close we are here. We are at the EMA 20. That's usually a rejection. I show this a lot of the times because this is where it gets really dicey. You see the EMA 20 on Hollow. It literally cannot sustain it every time. Hits this, it goes down. Hits this. Do we finally go up? And this is what happened here. We hit this and we did go up, but as you can see, all the other times, and that's why I love the trend reversal strategy. I'd like to get in before the pump. As you hit this and we go down, hit this and go down, and this was also the EMA cross making this massive move. So for Hollow, nobody can ever really give any predictions and be rightfully think it's going to go here, because if that was true, we all be millionaires. We put so much money in Hollow. If I truly could say this is going to go to $1. I will say this: it has never hit this lower band, which is my buy zone. That's the biggest buy zone ever. What I really do try to look for is that long EMA 20 time distance. I played this one way back here when it was, bouncing in between the EMA 5 and the 10. But what I like to look for is that EMA 5 distance. Every time Hollow has had this EMA 5 distance, it's really had that big pump, because as you can see, prices correlating to hit those EMA 5s every time. Every time we haven't touched it, we see this magnet, and it makes rather good gains. Especially with a stock that has high volume. I mean, look at that, 16%, and then this ended up going all the way up to the EMA 20, a 52% rise right there. Obviously, you'll never get the exact bottom. I think this might be the time. I really do think we're seeing this cross here. I truly think we can get a rise. How high do I think? It's hard to say. When this thing crossed right in here, we went from this EMA 20 all the way up here. We made an 82% gain. It really just depends on your average. I will say this though: if you are at a 20% stop loss, if you're at even more, you could take the loss. It's totally fine. I wouldn't, trade based on hope. There's got to be a kind of a parameter here. And when I discuss these kind of stocks, I try to, I'm not a perfect trader by any means. I try to look for the setups that give me, because there's a lot of setups that I trade that are at this lower band, and that's going to give me the highest confidence, ease of mind of saying, do we have time distance from the EMA 5 for an easy target to the 10 and the 20? And then when you're looking at this buy target here, it helps me, ease my mind and be like, okay, we're looking, for a bottom reversal, and we've seen this happen over and over again, and those are my best setups here. I do think this is rather bullish, as we are making a mini uptrend with that cross. As you can see, this is the trend we have here. We are trying to break out of here. We had this upper trend that goes back in, but as you can see, we have higher lows. That is a common formation where the bulls are trying to take it up. It might go here and go down and make a newer low or higher low as the trend goes up, but you want to see this just keep staircasing forward. And then you also had the EMA 5 and 10 crossover, which is the the lower time frame where you can really get that massive move. So yeah, but when I'm talking about the risk management side of things, guys, trading is all about probabilities. And if you say I want to risk 20% and you go over that, a stop loss of 20, then the rules don't even matter, because you got to have the discipline to be like, okay, I said this. I don't want to lose anything more than 20%, but I'm at 22%, and it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. And that's when you got to really stay to your guns, and that's why trading is hard and over 90% lose, is because it is hard. And also another thing is there's no particular strategy. You guys are more welcome to use mine. As you can see, when price has to fill all areas of these EMAs. When you look at price that hasn't touched in over 2 months, and then you look for time distance away from the EMA 5, that's where you can really get some solid entries, right? In hindsight, anyone could be like, "Oh, I would have bought HOLO right up, right in here." I mean, as the chart says, it's where, I hate when people say that. They're like, "Oh yeah, I would have bought it right there," and then they did it because you don't know that. But like I said. I will say this: when you use this strategy, when you had that massive time distance away from the EMA 5, you are going to get conservative bounces right back up to that 5, and you can see the nice consistent returns. And then the last time you haven't touched the EMA 20, the 5 and the 10 is really my targets. Anything that don't touch this yellow band in 1 month is long, and you can see consistently price comes up, touches it goes down and touches. But you got to understand, price is going to go down as it goes down. So that's why getting that time distance away from the 5, I'd like to wait around 6-7 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see how we haven't touched it in a while, and then you had this swift kick in the butt right here, doing a 24%. And they add up. You're constantly going to be magnet to it. And what the theory is, when you keep banging on the door, you're finally going to get to the next door, and that's the 10, and then you finally get to the 20. So I think this is looking very bottomed out. I would say your risk versus reward is pretty good here. Obviously, you have your very low here. That's your all-time low. But like I say, it really, what I would do, and my honest opinion, how I like it is, I like to see this pull back to this trend here. You have a short-term trend channel. You could clearly see we're at the top of the resistance here. So we have resistance here, resistance, support, support. So, can we get, we actually almost did get a pullback here. I would like to see a pullback here and a room higher. And like I say, if you break this bottom trend channel, then that's your stop loss. It has to be a clear break. I would say about, it can't be a candle like this where it goes under, but then it goes above it. Because you're going to see that a lot, where it goes way above the upper trend channel, but then it falls back into it. And that's really what we're having. I think HOLO is extremely bullish. We could definitely easily break out of this short-term trend. So do keep that in mind. And we could get that cross where it does something extremely, extremely bullish like this. So, and like as you see, this was the trend channel here. You had this big move up, and you kept touching this resistance area, but then unfortunately it did break. And when you see this break right here, you see how you clearly had this break coming down from it. Well, we resumed the downtrend, is what it's saying. So this candle right here, you get stopped out. So you see how tight the risk management is, though? That's really how tight it should be. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know what's going on with the earnings. I looked up on sites. They said September 26th announcement right up in here. I was reading up in here the earnings announcement September 26th. So that's all I see here. Not really much to. There's not going to be a lot of data about it, but. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys want to see my strategy and see how I do it, and really get the trades that I like the most are going to be at this lower band here. This is where you're going to get the most confidence. And what I look for is that EMA 5 time distance that I talked about, where price is always magneted to that short time frame. So if you're like, oh, I don't like my average, you can always reset it there and try it again. But we want to look for price at this lower band. The reason, it's extremely oversold territory. It gives you the best buy signals. Not every trading strategy works, but I will say it works a lot of the times. So hope you guys, if you guys want to join the premium Discord, hit the link down below in the YouTube comments and in the description. It'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts and system. Hit how to subscribe. If you have an Android, you'll have to do it on your phone browser or on your computer. Avoid scammers. I'll never message you, DM you, or trade your accounts. But if you hit the service shop in the top left, you'll see Day and Swing Trading Plus is $12 a month, and you get access to all the subscriptions on the left here that will unlock. And it's a very nice service. I think you guys are going to really like it. Day trading is obviously my favorite style because I can't control things overnight holding. I do have a very particular set of rules for swing trading, but day trading is just really awesome as you can really get the foundations and make money every day. You know your results, and I use lower time frames because, like, think of this chart with lower time frames using the biggest cap stocks in the world, indexes, using options, and making 10 to 20% gains consistently. And like I said, for the indexes, I've won about 28 trades in a row. So you can see how a small account of only $1,000 can go up insane in a short amount of time frame. I think you guys are gonna really like day trading. If you're like really struggling with swing trading, give it a try. I have education right up in here, everything you need to watch on how to be a successful day trader and what I've done, and it's helped me a lot. And lots of members can testify in the testimonies of where they've made lots and lots of money. I think you guys are gonna really like it. Hope to see you guys in the next video. If you do, give this video a like, subscribe, comment, and let's make some money in the Discord. Peace out.